Hello students, welcome to the online class. Myself, Kamna Joseph, and I'll be taking biology class for you. So before starting, let me introduce the book which we are going to use this year. It's a new edition, ICSC Biology, class 6th of Viva Education. It is based on the latest CICSC curriculum. As you can see, this is the cover page of the book. Now, moving on with the chapter. The first chapter of this book is Plant Life, which we will discuss today. This is the content of the book. I know that you people don't have the book right now with you. So, this is the first page of the book. I think it will be helpful for you to see the content later on so that you can learn out of it. Then we'll be discussing today about the root system, the shoot system, parts of a leaf, and the types of a leaf. So before going in detail, let's talk about what is biology. Well, up till class 5, you are studying 3 subjects, biology, physics, and chemistry, as a single subject named science. But now onwards, you are going to study about it as 3 subjects. You'll be having different subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology. As in my previous class of chemistry, I have given the detail about the different branches of science. So today, without wasting much time, I think we should move on with what is biology. Now, if I talk about biology, biology is the branch of science in which we study about living organisms. I think you all are aware who all are living organisms. Yes, the plants, the animals, we, the human beings, birds, microorganisms, and many more. Well, if we talk about biology, it is very wide. In this, we study how living organisms eat, breathe, reproduce, etc. So students, you all are now aware of living organisms. Do you know about them? Okay, I will tell the answer. Some living organisms, as I have already told just now, are plants, animals, human beings, birds, etc. And I'm sure that you all are aware about them. So children, today we will start with plants. Have you all seen plants? Yes, you all have seen plants because we find them everywhere. On the land, in the water, moving on to the hilly regions. Right now we cannot move there, but still, We have seen them. There are varieties of plants. Some are big, some are small, some are medium sized. You all you have also observed plants of different colors. It's not always that we see that plants are only green in color. I am very sure that you must have observed that there are some plants which are not green or non-green, you can say. They are said to have ornamental value. And therefore, we call such plants, which are actually non-green plants, as ornamental plants because they may be used for making ornaments, artificial. So, students, you must have also observed that there are certain plants which bear flowers. You must have seen different colors of flowers. So, definitely those plants where you find colors, the flowers, they are said to be flowering plants. And there are some which do not bear flower. That means they do not have flower. So, on this basis, we can categorize plants into two different types. The flowering plants and the non-flowering plants. Now, what is flowering plant? Those plants that produces flowers and fruits are said to be flowering plants, or we can say angiosperms. That is a new term. Flowering plants are called as angiosperms. Example, rose, which is a very common example, which we always see, and on some occasions, we gift it to different people. Then another example is lily, bougainvillea, etc. Then coming to the second type of plants, it is non-flowering plants. Now, what is non-flowering plants? I suppose now you are aware of what is a non-flowering plant. Actually, these are those plants that do not ever produce flowers. As you can see in the module, the non-flowering plant shows a conifer, where you can see a small cone which is brown in color and the leaves which are needle shaped. These types of plants do not produce flowers. They bear cone. We generally find such type of plants in the hilly regions. So now I'm sure that you are aware of these two types of plants. Okay, I'll repeat it once again. There are two types of plants, the flowering plants and the non-flowering plants. Flowering plants are those plants that produce flowers and fruits. They are also known as angiosperms. Example, rose, lily, bougainvillea, etc. Then, what are non-flowering plants? Non-flowering plants are those plants that do not ever produce flowers. Example, conifers. These types of plants are generally found in the hilly regions. Then, let's move on to the next point, that is parts of a plant. Well, all have seen plants, but never seen in detail. We never take out a plant and minutely study which all are the different parts of a plant. Now, if you want to see them personally, what you can do, you can soak 2 or 3 or maybe 5 gram seeds in water overnight. By the morning, it will be swelled up. Now keep those gram seeds in a wet cloth for a day or two. You will find that it starts sprouting. Or instead of keeping that swollen gram seed in the wet cloth, you can sow it in the soil. After few days, you will find a small plantlet coming out of it. Let it grow for few more days. Then you can take out a small plantlet. Don't waste all the 5 plantlets. Just take out a small plantlet. You will find there is growth in that seed. The part of the plant or the part of the seed grows downwards is the radical, and small part you will find above the root part, that is the plumule. This plumule develops above the ground, forms the shoot system, and the radical forms the root system. Well, that was the activity which you are going to do. Well, starting up with the different parts of a plant. As you know, there are various types of plants around us. Some of them are small, medium-sized, whereas others are big. They also show variations in their structure, shape, size, and color. Their leaves are of different shapes. There is variation in the flowers, the roots, and the stems. However, if we talk about the overall structure of all these plants, it consists of 2 parts only. That is, the shoot system, which develops above the ground, and the root system, which develops below the ground. Now here in the module, you can see the green part of the plant is above the ground, which includes organs such as leaves, birds, stem, flowers, and fruits. And as you can see, it is developed above the ground. The second part of the plant, as you can see in the module, there is color difference visible. It shows brown color. That part of the plant, or you can say this root part of the plant, grows below the ground, and it consists of roots. So now I am sure that you know the difference about the shoot system and the root system. Well, let me repeat. The plant has two parts, the shoot system and the root system. The part of a plant that grows below the ground is called the root system, or is the root system, and it mainly consists of roots. When we talk about shoot system, it is the part of the plant which grows above the ground, and it is composed of, or you can say, it includes organs such as leaves, birds, stem, flowers, and fruits. And where does it develop? It develops above the ground. Then, moving on to the next point, here you can see leaves of different shapes and sizes. One picture shows a people leaf, and the other one shows, the smaller one shows, a rose leaf. Leaves have different shapes and sizes. Well, I have taken these two examples. We find many more around us. You can see here the example of people leaf, which is large. The leaf is large compared to the second leaf, that is the rose leaf. Even though leaves look different, they have a common structure. Do you agree to the point? Yes. Let's study about it. A leaf is made up of different parts. Here you can see a leaf which describes the different parts of it. It has a leaf blade, which is also called as lamina. The second part is petiole or leaf stalk. Petiole attaches the leaf to the stem. The third part of the leaf is midrib. Then the fourth part is the vein. Then a leaf has several pores in them called stomata. And the last part of a leaf is the leaf base. Let us learn about each one of them one by one. Let's talk about the leaf blade. What is leaf blade? The flat and broad part of a leaf is called the leaf blade, which is thin, and as you can see, it's green in color. The leaf blade is attached to the stem of the plant through a tiny stalk. As here in the module, you don't find it attached to the plant, only the stalk is visible, shown in brown color. That part of the leaf is attached to the stem, as you can see in the previous module. Here it shows green color only. So you can see here how the petiole is attaching the leaf to the stem. So the leaf blade is attached to the stem of the plant through a tiny stalk, which is called as petiole, or you can also say leaf stalk. It is the short, narrow, and cylindrical part of the leaf that joins lamina to the stem. In some plants, the leaf is directly attached to the stem without a leaf stalk. It's not necessary that all the leaves are attached to the stem with a stalk only, the petiole. There are certain plants which are directly attached to the stem without a stalk. Such a leaf is called sessile, which means without stalk. Then the petiole takes the water and food from the stem to the leaf blade. What does it do? The petiole takes the water and food from the stem to the leaf blade. A thick line runs in the center of a leaf towards its tip, as you can see in the module. There is a thick line which is running in the center of a leaf towards its tip. This is the central vein, also known as the midrib. Well, in human body, for circulation of blood, we have arteries and veins. in which the blood flows and it is transported to different parts of the body. Likewise, in plants too, there are veins. But here, they do not transport blood, they don't have blood. Here, there is transport of water and food to different parts of the plant. Well, they are the main, the central vein is also known as midrib, and many lateral branches arise from the midrib. As you can see in the module, from the main vein, the center vein, there are different other veins, the branch veins, which are arising. These are called veins, which further branch out to form veinlets. Now, what is the main function of vein, as just now told? The very first function, or you can say the function which is performed by the vein, is transport water and food to different parts of a leaf. And it also provides support to the leaf. So what is the second function of the leaf? Vein. The veins, along with the midrib, provide shape and support to a leaf. Then, the next part of the leaf is the stomata. A number of tiny openings are present on the surface of a leaf. These tiny openings are called stomata. What is the work of this stomata? It helps a leaf to exchange gases. As you know, as you are aware, that leaf takes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. What for? For the preparation of food by the process of photosynthesis. So this exchange of gas takes place through stomata. The stomata take carbon dioxide from the air and releases oxygen back into the atmosphere. Then, the last part of the leaf is the leaf base. The petiole is attached to stem at a slightly swollen point. That swollen point is only called as the leaf base. Let us revise what we have discussed about the parts of a leaf. A leaf is made up of different parts. The leaf blade. The leaf blade is flat and broad part of the leaf, which is thin and green in color. The leaf blade is attached to the stem of the plant through a tiny stalk, which is called as petiole. It is the short, narrow, and cylindrical part of the leaf that joins lamina to the stem. In some plants, the leaf is directly attached to the stem, without a leaf stalk, and such leaves, sorry, such leaves are called as sessile leaves, which means they do not have stalk. Then we have discussed that the petiole takes water and food from the stem to the leaf blade. A thick line runs in the center of a leaf towards its tip. This is the central vein, also known as the midrib. Many lateral branches arise from the midrib. These lateral vein branches are called as veins, which further branch out to form veinlets. Veins perform mainly two functions. One is transport of water and food to different parts of a leaf, and providing support to the leaf. The veins, along with the midrib, provide shape and support to a leaf. Then, there are a number of tiny openings present on the surface of a leaf. These tiny openings are only called as stomata. What is the work of stomata? They help a leaf to exchange gases. They take carbon dioxide gas from the air and releases oxygen back into the air, which is used by the living beings. So now I think that the different parts of a leaf is clear to you. So now can you describe what is a leaf? As you know the different parts of a leaf? Yes. A leaf is a thin, flat, and generally green outgrowth which develops from the node present in the stem. A bird is usually present in the axil of a leaf, which is called as axillary bird, as you can see in the figure. You can see the leaf is attached to the stem. The point where it develops is called as node. And at the node develops a small bird which is called as axillary bird. Now coming to the next topic, we have the types of leaves. Leaves are broadly classified into two types: simple leaf and compound leaves. Now let's discuss about simple leaf. These are the leaves which have the presence of single lamina. As you can see in the module, it has a single lamina. In simple leaf, the leaf margins do not divide into small structures called leaflets. Cuts or margins may be present, but they do not reach up to the midrib. That is also visible in the leaf. You can see that the cuts or the margins are present, but they do not reach up to the midrib. Some examples of simple leaf are mango, guava, banana, etc. The very common example is mango. You can take a leaf of mango and you can see that a simple leaf is having a single lamina that is never divided into smaller leaflet units. It is always attached to a twig by its stem or the petiole. The margins or the edges of the simple leaf, they do not reach up to the midrib. So I'm sure that simple leaf is clear to you what it is. Then coming to the second type of leaf. It is compound leaf. In a compound leaf, you can see in the module, the lamina is divided into many small parts called leaflets. And these leaflets do not have axillary buds. Where are the axillary buds present? It is present in the axil of a leaf, the point from where the leaf arises from the stem. Some examples of a compound leaf are neem, rose, acacia, etc. So now I think you can differentiate between a simple and compound leaf. Simple leaf have presence of single lamina. In case of compound leaf, you can see the lamina is divided into many small parts. What are they called? They are called leaflets. Then the second point of difference. In a simple leaf, margins do not divide into small structures called leaflets. But in case of compound leaf, it is divided into small parts called leaflets. Then, in case of simple leaf, the cuts or margins may be present, but they do not reach up to the midrib. But when we talk about compound leaf, the leaflets, they do not have axillary buds. Now let's recap what we have studied today. We have studied today biology, the branch of science. In this branch of science, we study about living organisms. Then we have discussed about the parts of a plant. The plant is divided, or it is consisting of two parts, the root system and the shoot system. What is root system? The part of a plant that grows below the ground. What is shoot system? The part of the plant which grows above the ground. Then we have discussed about leaf. What is leaf? Leaf is a thin, flat, green outgrowth which develops from the node present in stem. And a bird is usually present in the axil of a leaf, which is called as axillary bird. A leaf is made up of different parts that include the leaf blade, petiole, midrib, veins, and stomata. The leaf blade is the flat and broad part of a leaf. The midrib is the thick line running through the center of a leaf. Veins are the tiny lines running throughout a leaf. Then we have also discussed that the petiole is the stalk that connects the leaf blade of a leaf with the stem. Stomata are the tiny openings present on a leaf. Then we have discussed the petiole is attached to the stem at a slightly swollen point, which is called as the leaf base. Then we have discussed the types of leaves. There are two types. In a simple leaf, there is a single leaf blade or lamina. Margins or cuts may be present, but they do not reach up to the midrib. In a compound leaf, the lamina is divided into many small parts called the leaflets. These leaflets do not have axillary buds. Now let me assign some work for you. You are going to learn the definition of biology. Then you're going to learn, and also you're going to learn, and after learning you need to write it. The shoot system, root system, parts of a leaf, and you are also going to practice drawing also. Now what you're going to draw? You're going to draw the complete structure of a leaf showing the different parts. As you know, in biology, diagrams are very, very important. So, you're going to draw parts of a leaf. You are going to draw the structure of a leaf, which shows different parts of it. You're also going to draw parts of a plant, showing the shoot system and the root system. I know you don't have books and copies right now, but watching this video, you can pause it and you can draw the structure, because in the module I have shown both of it, the structure of leaf also and the parts of a plant also, because this is going to help you later when we will have the interactive classes in the school. Then these diagrams will be seen in the copy which you will get soon. So it will be better for you if you practice it in your rough copies right now, and later on when you will be asked to draw in fair copy, you will not find it difficult to draw, because finally in exam you need to draw it. So you'll be in practice of it, because these days you don't have much burden of studies. You're not studying around 8 periods. You're just learning for 3 hours. So you are having enough time. So don't waste your time in watching cartoons and playing only, but devote some time for practicing what you are studying. Well, with this, we end up today's class with a hope to meet again. Till the time we meet again, stay safe, stay home, and enjoy this learning experience. God be with you all.